Cool. Are we recording? Good evening, YouTube. Welcome to this week's Wednesday Waffle. Confirm and pay. That's just sorting the emails out. We're doing everything on a timescale. Thank you for watching. Thank you for tuning in. Be sure to like and subscribe. And without further ado, I'm going to get over to those that watch live. I'm just going to move them just down here. Yeah, we've got the hats, by the way. Flipping, get on and get yourself one. Thanks for being with Omnisend. Also, the Knightsbridge quarter zips. They are now back on pre-order for the second batch after the first batch sold out. So, flipping quickly. Review and confirm, we'll do that afterwards. Good evening, welcome to the Wednesday Waffle gang. This is of course the point in the week when I tell you all what the bloody hell has been going on. And if at any point you want to ask anything, just drop a comment in and I'll say hello to you. Yeah, flipping, look at them baby girls. So yeah, I mean, hey Billy, Fairzy, how the devil, flipping out, some familiar faces here. Now then, Mr. Bradshaw, if you're the Mark Bradshaw and Michael Shaw, not the same last name. So yeah, so this is the point of the week when I let you all know what has been going on in Lockwood Premium British Smocks. Send now. Let's get that sent out. If you're on the email list, you will have just received the very first email blast from Omnisend. So we'll see how that gets on. But stay tuned right here. You can go and look at that afterwards. Yeah, it has been yet again another bloody flipping a hell of a week. Let's just say that, a hell of a week. A lot's been going on, and something. Now I think there's someone here watching on Instagram that this comment particularly, or this statement's really going to resonate with. I think so. I think there's been a lot of downs, but there's also been a lot of highs. And what I came to the realisation when I was chatting away with a friend of mine, James Martin, went on his podcast, brilliant guy, was that it's, you know, I'm privileged to be able to feel like this. You know, yeah, it's bloody hard work, but it's all you people that are watching, sending messages that, you know, give me a phone call, give me a message when you're receiving these bits that I'm having made in Britain. You know, that is a bloody privilege that not many people get to feel like this. So it's tough, but it's a bloody privilege. So I've been trying to tell myself that more and more recently. Mate, can you list all the shoes you're attending this year with a stall? Love to try on some sizes before buying. Okay, so if you, after this, go onto my main page and there's some little circles underneath the profile picture, and some of them say one of them says 2026 events, so that's on Instagram, and it shows you all the shows that we're attending. So the next one, Royal Windsor, Badminton International Horse Trials, Royal Windsor Horse Show, the Stonehenge Polo Festival, Bath and West Show, both game fairs, Scottish and Ragley Hall, Royal Norfolk. So they're the big events that I've got this weekend. We're going to be in Essex at the High Easter Point to Point. It's just south of Stansted Airport. That's on Saturday, and then Sunday we're at the Bicester and Wadden Chase, which is in Oxfordshire. Excuse me, sorry, I do apologise. So yeah, so. You know, yeah, it's hard, but bloody hell, strap yourself in, baby. It's a hell of a ride. Ruth, little Liz, she's got a first class ticket, but there's no more of them for sale, unfortunately. So sorry about that. Well, they weren't for sale. She bought one with red lipstick and big daft glasses and curly hair. The little swine bag, I tell you. Right. Anyway, let's get into it. So Thursday, what did we get up to? So I went and filmed a video because I shared a post probably about a month ago now of a picture of the King wearing a coat like 40 years apart or 30 years apart. Encourage your viewers to share your live and invite more friends. Okay, TikTok. Share this video and invite more friends to watch. So I posted that, and then the AI somewhere showed me an article of the Queen wearing different outfits on different occasions. So I did a video about that on Thursday, which was pretty cool. And one of them, I was there for both occasions. It was what she wore for the state visit of President Donald Trump, which was quite controversial at the time. I remember literally right after being in the pub, and there was this lass that had a sign that said "Go away, Trump." And I just asked her about it, and she says, "Yeah, well, did you see? He stepped in front of her, and he came to our country, and took the mick out of the Queen, or disrespected the Queen." I was like, "No, he didn't." Like, she was like, "Yes, it did. It was on the BBC," and I was like, "No, he didn't. I was stood on the front rank. I watched it happen. That is not what happened. They just took a picture at precisely the right time to make it look like he did." So anyway, I did a video about that on Thursday, which was quite cool. Friday we were at the Essex and Suffolk Good Friday point to point. That was our local one. Little Ear's family came up to see us, and then James Martin came up to have a good natter, and we were just sort of talking about all things business really. And that was cool. He popped up in his camper van and made us a couple of cups of tea, and we had a good old natter. So that was cool, actually. That was really cool. Now then, Sam, how you getting on, brother? Alan, not seen you before, or Mr. A. Craddock, Nathan, all new visitors to the Wednesday Waffle, so good to see you. So that was the Easter point to point, and that was the first event where we saw multiple people in the wild wearing, sorry, I'm just bloody rubbing my ankle, I banged it. We've got a little, like a burglar alarm on our window, and it went off the other night, so I woke up to Ruth tapping me, so I then jumped up out of bed, ran down the stairs and banged my bloody ankle, and it was just the wind that had blown the window open, so that set the alarm off. So don't come try and rob us, because I'll come running down the stairs at you. Oh God, where was I? Yeah, so no, James Martin, that was it, yeah. We saw three different people wearing Lockwood gilets walking around, which was cool. That honestly, I was absolutely buzzing. Wild. So that's the first time that's happened, so that was pretty cool. And then at the weekend, Saturday and Sunday, we were invited to my manufacturer's wedding. Now, if you've never been to a Sikh wedding before, get it on your bucket list. Oh my God, it was flipping. It was a right spectacle, wasn't it, Liz?
Yeah.
So there's the families have like a sort of face-off where they sort of meet each other and sort of do like a bit of like a greeting to each other. I swear these hats get bigger and bigger. Cheers, Dave. So you know what? That's a very good point. I should probably show you some of the other ones while I'm here. I might just. So that's one with top stitch. This is one without a top stitch. Yeah, baby. So you can see the difference of them. Like we've got the puffiness inside. They're flipping cool. But yeah. So they sort of meet in the middle. And what we didn't realise is that the bride's family are meant to enter the temple first, and then the grooms come after. But we were on the grooms guest list, so we actually went in before we were meant to, and we didn't realise. Ruth went in without her head covered, so we got took out by one of the elder people and put a headscarf on. And then the dads do like a thing where they have to pick each other up, wild. And then at the end, and the first day, it's all vegetarian. They do the ceremony and everything, and there was just so much going on all the time. It was like just a sensory overload of like colours and things and noise, and yeah, it was cool. And then one thing at the end, the bride's sisters have to try steal the groom's shoes, when the groom's brothers have to try and get the shoes back, or they have to be bought back. It was nuts. And then it all sort of ends at about 2 o'clock. And then the next day, we went to the big party. So that's the Henry without the top stitch on. We went to the big party, which was up near Dudley. Now then, Reg, mate. Excuse me. And that was, my lord, no expense was spared on that at all. So this is the Arthur with the top stitch. And look at that. Oi, 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 oi. Like, it's, oh God, with, so with these, you can sort of mess them around and play with how they all look and flipping doidy. And then once you've had it a bit, the filling on the inside sort of wears in a little bit. I mean, that is my actual one I've been wearing to give you a bit of an idea. And yeah, so it was, I mean, I've never known anything like it. It was like the best food ever. They had the king prawns coming out on canapes, like these little mini, sort of like tiny burger things, which had like, they were like onion barges, but with chicken in them, made into these little burgers. Oh, make me mouth water now talking about it. And that sort of like pre-dinner bit with the canapé went on for like an hour or so, if not longer, and there were just constant food coming out. And then we went into the main room, and it was like a hunt ball. It was mental. Cameras on big bloody thingies like you see at the F1. I don't know. None of that big. Yeah, I mean, the normal flat caps are coming back. But these are, I wanted to make a statement piece, and these are very much it. But yeah, like cameras like you see at the football and stuff, and like these massive, and when I say massive, like 15-foot screens, if not bigger. They were taller than this room, put it that way, these screens. Then like a big sort of like a montage of Pav and Tanya, and then there was like a big entrance with like bloody fireworks streamers coming out the floor. It was wild. Oh my God, it was brilliant. And like poor Pav's mum and dad were going around and speaking to everyone. It was just nuts. It was like just no expense spared, and the food was incredible. Unlimited drink all night. It was wild. And poor Pav once said like they had this like their table on like a bit of a platform, and then everyone was just going up and saying hello to them. And then when they got on the dance floor, they just didn't get off for like 4 hours solid. 4.5 hours maybe. When I went up to give him a hug, like his jacket was saturated. But yeah, no, it's like, you know, I would never, ever have been able to experience that. You know, for me and Ruth to go up there and experience that was just incredible. Yeah. So that was the weekend. And then Bank Holiday Monday, we sort of woke up, set off back down, got back here like mid to late morning, and then basically spent the rest of the day in bed. We had brilliant plans of packing up bits of the house ready for the move, which did not happen. Excuse me. Monday evening, I went to go try get that done, which I was just doing then, and then broke my flipping laptop. And you know what? Have I ever wanted to get up to our new house and get set sooner than right then? Because if I'd have been sat at my desk doing all this stuff, but I wasn't. I was on me here on my lap, and laptop, boom, broken. So that sort of comes to where I was today. So we'll talk about Tuesday first. So Tuesday went for a run, and then de-kitted, handed in all my clothing from the army, which didn't really feel like anything at first until like I got to the clothing store, and then a guy called Matty, I won't say his full name, but he was one of my first platoon sergeants in the anti-tank platoon. He's now a captain. He come in and he's like, yeah, how you feeling, mate? And I was like, you know what, actually, like, quite weird now, really. Yeah, really strange. And it's, you know, he's a guy that I've always looked up to, and he sort of says, you know, it'll feel weird, but you just got to have that hard cut and just get away from it for a little while before ever coming back. Yeah, it was weird. It was a weird feeling, put it that way. So yeah, and then today went into work again, plugged in my laptop to one of the screens where you can see your laptop screen on it, downloaded all the information onto a memory card and then put it onto Ruth's laptop here. And yeah, that's pretty much the week. Solicitors still trying their hardest not to let us complete on the house. As you remember last week I was talking about it, and it's so frustrating. It's so frustrating. I'm hoping we'll be in our house. As I said last week, we might be in our house in Birmingham next week. Hopefully we might be in our house in Birmingham next week, so we'll see how that goes. But other than that, that is this week in Lockwood. The flat caps, or the 8-panel hats, are plenty. Some of them have got the metal press stud on the top. Some have got the tweed buttons. Some are top stitched. Some are not. So yeah, you just got to go on, see what you want, and give me a message. The quarter zips, the Knightsbridge, they're going to be getting posted out next week if you've pre-ordered. The Brecon smocks you can now reserve for £1 for September. Because again, there's only going to be limited numbers, all individually numbered. So you can lock in that price, put your £1 deposit on, and secure one of them. And yeah, look forward to hopefully keep up good work, mate. Waiting for keep up good work, mate. Waiting for quarter zips. Yeah, well, so as I said, these you can put a £10 pre-order deposit on for. The red, white, and blue ones are you can order now. Great work. Keep the energy going. Yeah, baby. Bloody right, Julian. Yeah, so that's what's going on. Building the brand of Lockwood, British made, baby, through and through. See you Sunday, Mark. I look forward to it, mate. Yeah, cool. God bless, and as always, God save the King. And hopefully he replies to my letter that I wrote him today. I forgot to tell you about that. I wrote the King a letter again. I wrote him one last year. And I basically had offered to send him some stuff, but that says, I know you can't accept gifts, but I'd love to show you some stuff. Now I've asked him if he'll inspect some of the Lockwood garments, so we'll see how that works. And I did tell him I'm at Royal Windsor exhibiting, so hopefully he takes me up on the offer. Soon we shall see. God bless all, good night, God save the King. And to all of you there at YouTube, thank you again for watching along. I got a message off someone actually this morning who watched last week's. They're feeling a bit down and wanted some inspiration, so I'm glad to see that the energy comes through that lens right at you. Ah, watch out, because I'm going to flip and get you. So yeah, please do share this along to someone. Give us a subscribe, give us a like, and give us a little comment, because I am trying my hardest to keep up to that as long with everything else and juggling all the plates and blah 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 blah. But no, cool. Bloody good to see you again. And if I'm lucky, I'll see you on the next one. Who did I steal that off?